Hey everybody, welcome to Beyond the Table, a project designed by Cooks Who Care to learn from leaders themselves and how you can better yourself as a professional and operator. It's very hard to find the local level, smaller operations and learn about what they're doing, and what we're doing with this project is to give you kind of an inside view from someone else's personal experience. So every story you hear is very personal, but it's very true, and I hope that there's something here for you to take back with you in your operation, or an idea that you go, wow, that's pretty cool. Can I do it some way similar or do it different? So hope you enjoy. Thanks for being with us.
Georgeann Leaming. I'm one of the chef and owners of Samwich by Suppa in Bella Vista. If you want to follow us along, check us out. Instagram at Samwich Philly or samwichphilly.com for our website information. And just want to share some of my stories today and background. I'm about 20 years in the business now, so hopefully you'll enjoy anything I have to say and get some information from it. Food is, to me, one of the most important things, is that making sure people have access to food, because it's what we need in life. It's it seems like a basic thing, but there's so many that don't have it. And so I think to help try to provide for people, I think that's important, especially in our community. And you would want a more global outreach, but I think focusing on the community and what's around you, and perhaps what you could see to make it more real, that reachable goal is important.
Well, has there been a charity that's really moved you in any way, since there's a few of them, or an event that you did that you really can tell a story about that you felt like this was a great experience to participate?
It was at Benjamin's desk, and I was catering that night, and they had a youth group in that was choir, and I know they had amazing stories and rough backgrounds, but it just the tears the one night, because the one had a solo and has such a beautiful voice, and behind that voice there's pain, and it's just you look around the room and everybody just felt it. And so yes, I have other great experiences, but that one was I think the most moving to me, because it was just this child that they find that something good in their life to be able to to hold on to or to promote, and it was amazing. The whole group of children, in fact, but this one in particular, when she was singing her solo, was just tears, goosebumps. Yeah, it was just amazing. Yes. So.
I guess, why is it that you keep this community aspect part of your yearly activities as a business?
I think as a business it just comes because of my personal belief, but my partner Angela and I, it's I guess I don't even know how to explain it, because we just know, we've I think all of us in our lives, and personally there's been times when yes, you might not have been homeless, but you've been penny pinching and not having much, and some people don't like to look for help or reach out for help, but it's giving. We don't have a lot, we're a small business, but we do what we can, because it just I think and it's just part of life. You help people how little you can. I mean, it's nice that the $1 million corporation hands out things for people, but I think it just means more smaller people give. They don't have much, but they give what they can. And so by doing this, I feel like we give what we can. And yes, of course, it's great for your business, to see that, but that's not why we do it. It's just the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Doing things that could just be the local school, the local library coming in and asking for a donation for their auction, and we'll give them a gift card. And it's not much for us, but to them, somebody, it's great. It helps support their cause. So it's little things that we try to do. Business, we're a bunch of misfits, and I think it's true. Like many people, I didn't have the best life growing up. I had a single parent, didn't know the other parent. I got married at 19, and then I didn't go to culinary until I was 23. And my first semester, I was pregnant with my daughter, and I was actually working in a daycare as an assistant teacher. But I was very introvert in high school because I grew up in a small town. I had a lot of stuff going on. A lot of people knew what I had going on that was personal, that people that know me knows what it's about. Other people I don't always disclose because it was, something pretty crazy. But, once I got into the business, it's how I found myself. I got confidence, and I wasn't probably so weird. I don't know. I'm probably still weird, but just more confidence and found something that I was good at and that I loved. And actually, food. Even though I had an Italian family and we gathered around food, I wouldn't say food was something like I was like, that's why I went to culinary. I still don't know why I went to culinary. I was a preschool teacher. One day I was like, I need to go to school for something that I can make some money at and that I like. And I'm one of the lucky people that went to school for the first time for something and actually liked it and was good at it. But as far as how that, food per se affected my life I wouldn't say that. I mean, I love doing it now, and I couldn't even, at my age, couldn't imagine doing something else. It's more now as we get over the years and chefs get burnt out. I still am doing it because I love it and I don't want to leave it. First of all, if people are coming and reaching out to you, be open to it. Like I said, even if it is just your local school or soup kitchen, anything that's asking for a small donation to go towards, do it. It really, in the bottom line, it does not take that much away. But then reach out to places like My City Gives. Call Katie, go online and see, because also on her website it also talks about all the different organizations, not just her directly. It's all the different organizations that need help or having an event, so that's a good way to go to. If you have something particular like that you want to help, Phil Abundance, reach out to Phil Abundance. Stephanie there, she's an awesome person to get a hold of. I also do events with like the Gift of Life House. They have events. They do have chefs that come to things. So if organ donation, that's an important thing. They need help all the time and support with that. So it's really find where you want to go. Another place I've been involved with was Urban Blazers, and that one's a really nice group where they take the kids out of the city and bring them out and let them get their energy out and explore outside the city, and that's a good group. And they have events too, once again, that they need support and fundraising for. So, I mean, if you really just, take a step back and look and to see, focus on maybe what kind of group you'd be interested in helping, finding the answers is pretty easy.
So maybe you can help our audience understand how there are actually helpful resources on the cause marketing side for a business. Can you help them kind of pinpoint what kind of benefits they'll receive in addition to feeling great about helping a cause?
Well, obviously, it's the sharing of information between who's throwing the event or hosting it, their media. Say Saxby's, for example. Okay. Their followers are, a million times greater than my followers. So by them promoting their events and mentioning your name, then, your name's out there. People say it, it's in their mind. It might not be a huge banner, but, you're listed there. So, Instagram is a big thing right now. Well, also food, we do things. So anything promoting wise. But if you're a smaller business, you may have a few hundred to a few thousand followers, where these have, 40, 50,000 up to, a million. So by them even posting, one thing, making a post there, it's usually not just a one-time post either. Usually they do it a couple weeks up to it, because they obviously want to sell tickets and do the best and get the most they can for their charity, so they're putting that out there. Same goes with the PR. So you might not be able to afford a PR person, but some of these events that you're going have a PR person. So sometimes you'll get on a clip on, say, Good Day or TV, or there's that PR person who does have a lot of followers and knows a lot of people, puts it on their account as well. So you're getting marketing, free marketing basically, and it's a much larger reach than you could ever do on your own.
What do you say to somebody who says, I'm just always too busy?
I'm always too busy, but it's like, just carve it. I mean, if it's important to you, it can't just be obviously for the business, or it's not, maybe, won't be important enough to you, it's not something personal. So it really depends. As long as you have that balance of knowing that, if it's important to you and something personal plus the business, then you're going to make it happen.